Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Dragon Quest XI. Alright, we are back in Heliodor Castle. Let's go see the king, see if we can coax... Actually, you know what? I just realized. This sort of light doesn't have that little notch at the blade. Huh. Anyway, I'll see if we can coax Mortigan out of the king's form. This is seeming a little familiar now. Of course, we've got more people with us this time. Including cat-suited Veronica.
Honored luminary, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you in the manner you deserve at last.
Thank you.
To think, I once thought ill of you. Saw you as a harbinger of calamity, called you unconscionable things. Truly, Jasper cast a most malign shadow.
Was it really Jasper, though?
I owe you a great deal. You have revealed the traitor in our midst and returned my daughter to me. As a small token of my appreciation, I have arranged for some special visitors. Hendrik, if you would.
Yes, sire.
It's going to be the people from Cobblestone, isn't it? Oh, I guess just two of them.
Oh, there you are at last. We've been dying to see you. I was so worried about you. I heard all these horrible stories. I thought you might be...
I'm fine.
Right
I'm alive.
after you left the village, this horrible man called Jasper came with all these soldiers.
I know about this.
I'll never forget his eyes. They were so cold. He ordered us all to gather in the middle of the village, and then he told his men to kill us all. But Sir Hendrik came to the rescue. He showed up just in the nick of time and told Jasper to let us live. They still locked us up in the castle, but at least we were safe. And then they came and told us you weren't a baddie after all, and let us go.
Yeah, there's a slight issue here of the fact that the king is right here, and he might try to murder you. I don't trust it.
We've been through an awful lot, love. But from what I hear, so have you. I'm proud of you. And so is your granddad, I'm sure.
Oh, I know he is.
Now let us begin the festivities at last. A banquet worthy of our savior awaits. From this day forth, none shall doubt the luminary. He shall be honored, celebrated, adored.
Just, you know, I mean, kept in comfort is good enough for me. Ald and his companions are the guests of honor at a banquet the likes of which Heliodor has never seen. The singing, dancing, and merriment last long into the night. Then, at last, the revelers retire to bed. Was the food all poisoned? With, like, sleep poison? Apparently not. I was just minding my own business down in town when some guards came up and asked me if I'd mind coming up to the castle and keeping the folks of Cobblestone company. Well, I had nothing better to do, so I came, and am I ever glad I did. I've never eaten so much great grub in all my life. Alright, so there are sandwiches, which seems a little bit weird, which also... That's a lot of layers. So there's a salad. I've made him disappear. He's got shrimp and clams. Oh, those are the delicious sweets. Oh, this looks so good. And there's more. And so, someone said that those were deviled eggs down there. I have no idea what's surrounding them. Ew. Big pile of fruit, more deviled eggs. This is a life. I doubt I'll ever get the chance to eat this much tasty grub again. Better make the most of it, huh? What am I doing here? Well, all us guards who were keeping an eye on the folks from Cobblestone were invited along to the banquet, you see. Bury the hatchet and all that. No, I'm certainly not complaining.
You poor boy. Sir Hendrik told me all about what they put you through. But you didn't let it beat you. You kept on fighting until the king released the truth and released us. I knew you wouldn't let us down. You're my little soldier through and through. Ah, I'm so proud of you. So proud of you I could burst.
I wouldn't have thought it when I was locked up in that dank dungeon living on the bread and water, but King Carnelian knows how to put on a good spread. What if he thinks we're going to forgive him just because he gave us a good feed? He's got another thing coming. Those pies were awfully tasty, though. God, I'm torn. My heart says one thing, but my belly says another.
Hello there, all. Gemma's here too somewhere. I'm sure she'd be over the moon to see you. You two aren't children anymore, you know. Take my advice. If you're hoping to be with her one day, you need to show her you care.
But there's also Jade and Serena. Oh, are you this luminary fellow, then? I'd imagine you were a tough-looking sort, but you're a real string bean. You look like you need a hearty dinner or two to put some meat on your bones. You can't be saving the world with your tummy rumbling, can you? Oh, some stuff. Oh, man. I've eaten some cookies today, and that's it. And I could go for some more. I could go for some actual food.
Goodness me, if it isn't the luminary. Don't you have better places to be than a hot, sweaty kitchen? If I were you, I'd head to the banquet hall and get ready for the meal of a lifetime. I've never seen the cook so fired up.
Oh, yes, but I want to explore. Hello?
Oh dear, I've lost my poor little kitty cat. Staff aren't supposed to have pets, of course, so I can't tell anyone or I'd get in trouble.
Well, that's terrible. I should let you have kitty cats. Besides, they'll hunt, you know, the mice that eat the grain and everything. Oops. It's an old and rather battered dresser. There's nothing particularly interesting about it, other than the fact that it hides a secret that I totally know about. Alright, I'll see if I can find your kitty cat. Look, what a drab room this is. Is this any way to treat an honored guest? Do they not know who I am? Meanwhile, it seems a rabble from some forsaken backwater called Cobblestone are enjoying a banquet at the king's invitation. What in the world can he be thinking? He's thinking that he knows people better than, you know, who are better people than you. What are you eating? I mean, obviously it's spaghetti with, like, I don't know, shrimp or something? Yeah. Oops. When I was first served this appallingly modest meal, I thought it was some kind of joke. But actually, it turned out to be rather tasty. See, you just have to trust in the taste. Hey, a mini medal. And a seat of defense. What offensive defense? I have a funny feeling I've seen that blue-haired chap somewhere before, the one standing outside the banqueting hall. But where could it have been? But times like these, I wish old Noah was around. He'd take one look at him and tell you everything you wanted to know. More, in fact. What do we have down here? There's a book called Drustan's Armor. All takes from the shelf and has a closer look. The mermaid princess led King Drustan deep beneath the waves to an undersea realm where the citizens were engaged in a contest of strength, wrestling one another in order to be recognized as the strongest.
If you can defeat my father, the princess told him, he will grant you my hand in marriage.
Well, clearly that's not a real mermaid princess, because she didn't rhyme. And thus the two kings fought, but so perfectly were these warriors matched that though they wrestled for 7 days and 7 nights, neither could claim victory. So awestruck was the king of the ocean at the warrior king's might, that he offered him not only his daughter's hand in marriage, but also one of the great treasures of his realm. From this treasure, a lustrous scarlet scale, as strong as steel and as light as silk, the warrior king forged a beautiful suit of crimson armor. But he could not wed the princess, for he was a man of his word, and had not defeated her father. He turned his back on his beloved, and, to her dismay, left the Undersing kingdom, never to return. So where can I get that armor? Oh, hey, Hendrik. Oh, it's Hendrik's quarters. Oops. A mighty armlet. Well, I already have one. Pair of boxer shorts. Hey, don't mind me taking your boxer shorts, Hendrik. Why, Jasper? Why? Well, because he was kind of a crappy person, you know?
Ah, Auld. I understand that you are actually the Prince of Dundrasil, that you survived the terrible tragedy that befell the kingdoms all those years ago. Well, if in the future you should choose to rebuild your kingdom, know that it would be an honor to help you. I have no doubt that countless people would rally to your cause.
I would certainly like to do that. Hey, it's Dirk. That's, it looks like that's closed off. What? Auld finds a recipe book entitled The Devil's in the Details, but I know those recipes. And here? National Treasures 106, Shield of Heliodor, which I have. We've already read that. Idrustiniad. Not quite ready yet to read that.
I'm still coming to terms with it all. The king came up to me and told me to clear out Sir Jasper's room. He just said, I'm not keeping a room for a dead man, and then stormed off. After all Sir Jasper did to defend the kingdom, what kind of a thing to say is that?
That's kind of true. I mean, it's not like anyone here knows that he betrayed people. You're not gonna let me down, huh? Let me guess, you want to go down to the dungeon for old time's sake. Joking aside, I'm afraid I can't let anyone down there right now. Sorry. Dang it. Alright, well, let's see what you two are arguing about. Well, it's great seeing you and me, old mucker Eric again. Hey, now you don't have to skulk around trying not to get spotted no more. Yep, now the king's gone and pardoned you. You don't have to worry about being slung back in the cells. You're free as birds, the both of you. And I couldn't be happier. You look pretty wiped out, Auld. Well, I guess you don't get a banquet thrown in your honor every day. If you want to crash, you should grab a guest room upstairs. I heard they were over in the west side of the castle. Okay. Oh, hey. I remember seeing young Jasper for the first time, you know. Oh, it was way back before you were born. He seemed like a nice enough young lad. Wonder where it all went wrong. What foul force could have pulled him toward the dark path, I wonder? Well, Mortigan and jealousy.
I just wanted you to know, we may have fulfilled our duty in taking you to Yggdrasil, but that doesn't mean Serena and I are just going to go home now. We're not going anywhere until Mortigan's finally been taught a lesson. We've been talking about the first time we met you, Auld. We both thought the same thing, that we'd met you before a long time ago. It's strange, isn't it?
Well, I mean, you kind of did. I don't remember there being a red-haired maid. I feel sick.
There are all sorts of people staggering about the castle looking dazed and confused. I think they might be enjoying the party a little too much.
I've been waiting to say this for a while, you know. But, you know, what with me being a guard and needing to be professional and all that, it never seemed to be quite the right time. Look, the truth is, I think you're great. Once everything settles down, maybe we could be, together and stuff. So what do you say? Will you marry me?
It's all a bit sudden, this.
What a dainty dance.
So I hear that this extraordinary young man is one of your companions, Ald. I'll bet there's never a dull moment with him around.
Sure, I hear young Gemma is waiting for her sweetheart to return from some epic journey or other. Well, it's obviously none of my business, but if I ever met that bloke, I'd give him a piece of my mind. What in the world can he be thinking? You don't go leave a girl like that on the shelf.
She's not an object that you leave on the shelf.
Who is that man? He's magnificent. He's been dancing non-stop ever since the banquet began, and he shows no signs of flagging. And his moves just get more and more entrancing. Oh, it's spellbinding. Just who in the world could he be? God, that blonde girl is a looker, make no mistake. Well, I try my luck with her, but I'll bet she has a girlfriend. A boyfriend, whatever. Oh, hey, Gemma.
I was so worried about you, Ald. I'm so glad you made it back safe and sound. I just hope that one day, once we're all gone home to Cobblestone and rebuilt everything, I hope we can, that you and me can... Oh, listen to me rabbiting on. Ignore me, Ald. I'm just being silly and selfish. I know you have far more important things to be worrying about than me. I'll stop wittering on. Why, good evening, Ald. Now, forgive one if this is none of one's business, but one must say, your friend Gemma is a most splendid girl. Aren't you lucky to have such a precious creature awaiting your eventual return? One must say you are a shrewd young devil.
Those moves, that style, he's truly amazing. I just started playing and he improvised a whole routine. Incredible. He's truly world class. Imagine the two of us teaming up to travel the world together. It could be a beautiful thing. Do you think your playing's really that good?
There you are, Ald, darling. The people of Heliodor are such a scream. I can't remember the last time I had so much fun. Come on, why don't you show them your moves? It's a party, don't be shy now.
So we can't get out. Oi, move yourself, you lousy layabout. I'm late for my shift patrolling downtown. No, I'm sorry, you caught me in an awkward moment. I'm trying to get this loafer to move, you see. Luckily for you, you don't have a night shift to be getting on with. Why don't you turn in for the night? There's a guest room upstairs in the western part of the castle you can use.
Okay, but first, let's pop on out here, see if there is anyone out here. I don't remember those logs being out here. Maybe I just missed them the last few times that I was here. I can't really blame them, but some of the guards seem to be enjoying the banquet a little too much. They're making quite a racket. His Majesty has retired for the night, you see, and I'm worried about him being woken up by the noise. He needs his sleep, you know.
Princess Jade really is extraordinarily beautiful. She may have lived in hiding for many years, but she has a regal bearing that cannot be disguised. I wonder what she plans to do now. I hope she decides to take her rightful place here in Heliodor. It would be an honor to serve her. Woof, 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 woof. Will someone put a muzzle on that dog? So the maid is worried about the guards all the way down there waking up the king, but the dog right here barking? No, that's fine. Wretched dog has been barking incessantly. Doesn't it know that doesn't it know that's the king's chamber? What with this yipping and the racket from downstairs, it will be a miracle if the king manages to get to sleep. He'll be in a foul mood in the morning. What is it? I'm afraid His Majesty does not wish to be disturbed. I must ask you not make any more noise. The king's chamber is just there, and Princess Jade's room is opposite. Is she in her room? I don't want this to sound like a criticism. But the king is hardly known for his hospitality. I was a bit surprised he threw this banquet, to be honest. How can I put this? He's not the sentimental type. He doesn't even put flowers on the late queen's grave. But don't tell anyone I told you that. Everyone seems to be in high spirits today. Oh, I simply cannot eat anymore.
Oh, just one tiny little mint.
Let's not forget our sense of propriety, eh? The throne room is not for the likes of you. What are you doing here?
One is rather fiercely tempted to have a little sit on the throne, hero of legend. Long have I awaited thy coming.
I would never dream of actually attempting such a thing, of course. Sir Hendrik would have me thrown in the cells and the key thrown in the moat. There isn't a moat. There's nothing over there. No hidden treasures. I know we've had a big night, but I'm still not sure we should be having this conversation. If the king got wind of it, he'd have us slung in the dungeons. You have to learn to keep this stuff to yourself.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. It wasn't my idea, I swear. I didn't want to burn cobblestone to the ground. I promise. They made me do it. What was the king thinking? Why did he do it? They never did anything to us.
Well, ain't that the truth?
That was a banquet and a half. I may slightly overdone it, though. Still, that's the best shindig we've had here at the castle since Princess Jade was born.
I'm gonna give myself hiccups if I keep doing that. Alright, anyone up here? Aww.
Oi, knock that off. I told you I'm ticklish.
Aw, good kitty. Of course, drunk guy is not letting me out. Just want to go out and see if there was anyone on the balcony. I was wondering where Jade was. You know, since we have not seen her at all. Okay, well, let's go see what we got over here. And the guards aren't even causing that much noise. Thought there was a sparkle on the floor, but it was just the reflection of the fire. Oh, there you are, Jade. So that's probably the room that I can stay in. So what do we have in here? Anyone in here right now? Nope. Nope. Not at all.
Hello?
So how was the banquet? Did you have fun? I've been speaking to my father, but I won't lie to you. Something doesn't feel quite right. I mean, after all these years, I suppose it's not surprising, but still. Oh, I'm sorry. This really isn't anything you need to worry about, Ald. You should turn in for the night. There's a bed in the room through there.
He's gonna come try to take the sword or something, isn't he? Well, let's go ahead and rest here for the night. Not even sleeping under the Ald. Seriously? You didn't put it under the pillow? That is the little black Kodama thing, I'm sure of it. Yep. Bonk. It's like hitting a cat that's a dog that's trying to get your food.
What is this? Why can I not touch the sword? Surely it cannot be.
Yeah, it's a little black Kodama thingy. Apparently not evil.
Luminary, give it to me. Give me the sword of light. It belongs to me.
It really doesn't, Mortigan. It really doesn't.
going on in here?
He's Mortigan. How have I not told you guys this yet?
Princess, what is the meaning of this?
Lies.
I knew it. You're not my father. Look at you. You're a monster, not a man.
You blight, are you? I had a feeling in my waters that something wasn't quite right with you, Carnelian.
A feeling in your waters.
So this whole thing was a sham? The banquet, the speeches? Wow, that's cold. So who are you?
How have I not told you guys this yet? I mean, I suppose you might have too many questions for me.
He disappeared.
Oi, you! Stop skulking in the shadows! Come out and show your stupid face!
Oh, I've
Something
missed
tells
her.
me he won't have gone far. Quick, let's search the castle.
Okay. We can definitely search the cat. You want to come along, Jasper?
Who have I served all these years? Not a man, but a monster.
You just get in the party, like you should be. I'm so sad that everyone's so low level. But we're gonna have to search the castle in the next episode, because it is about that time, and this is such a good place to end the episode, isn't it? See you next time, everyone.